Alright, so here's our digestive and respiratory anatomy of the cat. We can see the external nares, or the nostril of the cat. We have the oral orifice, which is the opening of the mouth leading to the oral cavity, the space actually inside the mouth. We can see the tongue inside the mouth fairly easily. Now if we look inside the mouth a little bit, at the front of the roof of the mouth, we can make out the hard palate, and it's conspicuous by the ridges that are present. If we go towards the back of the roof of the mouth, we can now see the soft palate. Not sure how well the camera can see it, but if you go in there, there is a soft palate, and it's smooth. It has no ridges. So hard palate, ridges at the front, soft palate, smooth at the back. We get down into the neck area, and we can first of all see the larynx, the swollen structure that we see here at the top, and the larynx leads to the trachea. Now if we look behind the trachea, we can find the esophagus behind the trachea. So this little tube that we can see behind the trachea is going to be the esophagus. Following our respiratory down, we get to our lungs. So here we can see 3 lobes of lungs. You can see a lobe of lung over here too. They're a little dried out. And you can sort of make out the primary bronchi leading towards the lobes of the lungs. Lastly, for respiratory, we have the diaphragm, which is this sheet of muscle that we see here separating the thoracic cavity from the abdominal cavity. Of course, digestive anatomy carries on further down. We first of all have our large stomach that we can make out right here. So this big bag is the stomach. The stomach carries on to the small intestine, which we can see right here. So this mess of tissue is our small intestine. Towards the end of the small intestine, we get to the large intestine, this larger tube that we can see, and then of course towards the rectum, and of course the anus would be on the back, but I guess we don't need that directly on camera. Over here, here's our diaphragm again, and right under the diaphragm we can make out the liver. So here's our very large liver. The underside of the liver contains our little pouch of gallbladder that we can make out right there. We can see the spleen as this organ sitting over here. And in terms of pancreas, this may be a dried up little, here's spleen, just to be more obvious with it. This may be a little bit of dried up pancreas. I'm leaning more towards it being mesentery. I'm not seeing what I would like to call the pancreas on here because I think it's dried up.